Hello there, everyone. Welcome to Talk with the Sisters. I'm Minister Bridget.
And I am Minister Sharon Lee.
And we are the sisters. Hey, everybody. Our sidekick, Patricia, is not here today. She's been under the weather. So we're asking you guys to pray for her. But we're here today with our friend Jordan Smallwood, and his beautiful mother, Shannon Mason. We are in their home in Dallas, Texas. And we're going to be taping, and we want you guys to know this series is from the pit to the palace.
We're going to, first of all, acknowledge our other sister who is sick right now. Please pray for her. We know that healing is the children's bread, and we believe God for her total and complete healing. Amen? Amen. So, Jordan, I want to start off with you this morning.
Okay.
And I want to ask you, how did you overcome your pit experience to where you are now?
It was a lot of prayer.
A lot of
prayer.
Yes.
This woman over here, she went on the phone with me every day, all the time. But my family got me out of it. And the love, and the fact that of having that personal relationship with Christ got me through. Got me through a lot of things in life, and I can see myself growing from that. And I was able to grow from that just because I just stuck to what I was taught growing up until here I am now.
Okay. And then we can recall a prophecy that was given to you at Amazing Grace Christian Center about maybe 5 or 6 years ago. And the prophecy that I remember was that you were going to go nationwide. So with that prophecy being said, tell me, did you keep that in the back of your mind as you was going forth in the things that you were doing in basketball and football or your career?
I tried to a little bit, and I'm not gonna lie, there's sometimes I didn't really pay attention to it, and I just wanted to stay focused on what I was doing, and not knowing that as I got older and older and seeing my life change, it was going nationwide, and I was making a difference. And I thought to myself, wow, like that prophecy really did happen, and it's still continuing to happen. So it's been a blessing. I've been very excited for it. I know it's only the beginning. I'm happy where I am right now in the league, and now I'm about to jump and go to a whole new level with Christ.
Okay, I want you to tell me about your. I know that you went to OU.
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop, OU Sooners. All right, go Sooners. Yes. And then from OU Sooners, where did you go from there? Tell me something about OU Sooners.
Okay, one thing I know about Oklahoma is that we're there to win. Every time you want to step on the field, we're going to compete every time. So I love my guys, I love my boys. They're everything to me. So I'm always going to root for Oklahoma. After I got done with Oklahoma, I actually ended up going to the Chiefs, Kansas City Chiefs. Played there for the whole preseason. Had an opportunity just to network with a lot of guys and some great people. The coaching staff was amazing. And it was a great experience. That was my first NFL team experience. And being on that field and in KC is just amazing. Those fans are amazing. So that part right there alone got me wanting to go more, just having a taste of it. So I think after that, I really was just like, I got to keep going. Once you get a taste of something like that, and the top level, 1%, your body just goes, all right, like, we can't stop now. We can't go sit on the side. We got to keep playing. So I think to myself, that right there was the motivation.
So do you see the Kansas City Chiefs as being a stepping stone to where you...
Completely. I actually do. I really think that was my point of saying, okay, like, anything is possible. God got me through the door, and He was like, I can show you how to get there. I know we can keep you in there, as long as you just trust me. So I think that was a big step.
We just did a taping for last month series, and it was saying, "Don't touch the glory." So the humbleness that I hear inside of you is saying that you're not taking God's glory, but you're giving Him glory for what He's brought you from and where He's taking you to. And I realize that even in that, God will continue to elevate you. What you finna go into, we're gonna talk about that on the next segment.
Yes,
but we know that God is gonna do great things with you, and it backs up with this beautiful woman of God right here.
Yes.
I know that's right, girl.
Yes.
It's how
much prayer.
Yes,
much prayer.
And so
yes,
I can remember, us at Amazing Grace and some of the things in your dance, the way that even in letting yourself loose and even in your dance, how God used you in your dancing, and tell us something about your pit experience.
Yes.
Oh, where do you want to start? We got, how long we got, you guys? No, the pit experience, it really taught me who I was.
Yes.
In the pit experience, I went after God. Okay? Because I know there's a relationship that pastors have that I realized I was having through them. So the pit experience put me in a place of, there's no pastors here. It's just me and God.
Yes.
So I'm like, I'm learning you all over again. Who are you really?
Yes.
So that was, in that pit experience, then I learned who my children were and what my assignment was, if that makes sense. So
Yes.
the pit experience was, it was a good place. It was a rough place, but it was a place that had to happen, that I need to be in order to be where I'm about to go.
So would you say your pit experience made you stronger?
It made me a lot stronger. Made me a fighter. Made me more determined. And it made me appreciate God in another level that I never did before. Because, like, again, I had my relationship through a pastor. You know, it's like they said, God said, and I was like, okay, God, and I was listening to God through them. I wasn't listening through God through my own. So in that pit, I'm like, there's no way, hold up, there's no pastor. It's just me and you. So my ear tuning shifted because there was nobody I could call. There was no sermon. There was no pastor on the phone. It was just, okay, God, who are you? And so when he started to speak, I'm like, whoa, this is totally opposite of what I thought.
So in other words, what he did was he sharpened your discernment
Yes.
so that you could hear him clearly, so that you would be able to lead and guide your children into where they are today.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so, and with that being said, all of your children now are athletes.
Yes, ma'am.
And they see mom going up in the things that she needs to go up in.
Yes,
You have a magazine out. You have a book out.
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have something else called Evolve.
Evolve Sports.
Evolve Sports. So as they see you go up and see that you're staying humble before the Lord,
Right.
then that makes them continue to be humble, and they can continue to walk in your footsteps, and not just your footsteps, but in the footsteps of God also.
Now listen now. Hold up now. Listen, Cal. Tulsa world. I'm about to say. They do, but it hasn't been easy.
No, it hasn't. No,
Because the friction when you're in the place that I'm in,
yes.
you fight with social media in the world.
Oh yes.
So you can feel the tug of, Mom, I know what Mom's doing, but I want to go this way.
Yes.
I know what Mom's doing, but I want to go this way.
Yes.
So you're like, you're building these steps, and you're looking like, come on, and then they're over there building another, and it's going totally opposite.
Yes.
You're like, wait, Jesus, wait, hold up, what is this? But the prayer and the determination, their steps eventually start turning towards.
Yes.
But it hasn't been easy, but it's
a process.
It's a process, and that's what the book is about.
Yes.
The process. So,
Okay, so let's go with you with that, my brother. Let's go with you with that. So is that your life story? Was that a portion of your pit as well? As, even seeing mom go through this and seeing mom go through that struggle. But hey, mama, hey, I'm still young. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
I can definitely say that, yeah, because being the first child, you always have that relationship with your mom. But at the same time, you're also like, okay, Mom, I'm the oldest. I got this. I understand this situation. I got the relationship with God. Me and him will talk. But at the same time, at the end of the day, somehow these steps always lead back home. So I find myself always coming back, calling her. And she's not always saying I told you so, but it's more like, it's okay, come in. I'm like, I
That's
gotta open
right.
up.
Yes.
That's always the blessing about having a great family. I appreciate that.
But you know what? It goes back to that scripture saying, train up a child in the way that he should go. And he when he get old, he made the point, but guess what? He gonna come right back home. You know what? And I see that in this family. When I walk in this house, I say, hey, I feel the love of God in this family. I feel the love in this house. Because I see a family network. And it may not always be the way that the world may think a Christian family, but we are real. You know what I'm saying? We live in a real world And we're going to go through real challenges. Okay?
And we about it in this
Girl,
house.
come on now.
No, for real, we about it
Okay?
in this
It
house.
may be some beans and rice. It may not be caviar every night. You feel me? So, just be real. Go ahead.
It's like you said, the dynamics of the family is love.
Yes.
When I was going through in my pit, all I had was love. That's what I built for them, is love. It wasn't 25 scriptures. It wasn't 10 sermons. It wasn't church every day. It was love. This is all, it was love. It's like, and the love was pointing towards God. It's like, you still got to love him, because if I'm not here, you still got to, that's the foundation.
That's the foundation.
Is love. And that's what held us together in our pit. We had our bras, we had our moments, but it was like the bottom line was love. And the love for God. So like I said, when I was in my pit, I learned to love him as a king.
Yes.
Because that was a key that unlocked the door.
Right. I had to, I studied and went after him as a king and understood his values. And that I always say, and he showed me that he wasn't the president of the United States, he was a king. And we treated him as the president. So when you get mad, you're like, God, I ain't doing this. So you want to impeach him, you want to tell him what to do.
Come on.
You think you voted him in. But when I realized he's a king, then it was like, okay, there's a whole different reverence.
That's right. That's right.
That's another, there's a different anointing, there's a different, I just want to honor you for what you've done. And that's what I tried to teach them. Again, don't, now listen now, y'all, don't mean it wasn't no moments where I'm like, Lord, bring the axe, because I'm about to ask one of these children. You know what I'm saying? The Peter moment, I'm about to cut off somebody here in this house, but the foundation was love. And even in that, Jesus put Peter back in on love, out of love.
That's right. That's right.
So, so our pick was interesting, per se.
Now I know that you have a child.
Yes.
So this is your first grandbaby?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And what is her name?
Her name is London Grace Smallwood.
London
Grace.
London Gray.
Great.
Great.
Oh,
okay.
We're giving her grace.
Hey,
we
hey,
gave her
Grace-
that.
Grace all over.
Grace all
Put all over her.
London Gray.
London
Grace
Yes.
Smallwood.
Oh wow.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
That's a blessing.
That's
And
a
you know
blessing.
what? Don't let nobody say anything about that. You know what I'm saying? Because, the church world,
Will say something negative.
the church world,
When you don't want no negativity.
That's right.
You want people to keep you uplifted and keep that baby uplifted, because children are a blessing from the Lord. You know.
Really are.
Yeah.
yeah, and when you get around us blessed people, you know what I'm saying? They tend to want to look down on people who God has blessed, for number one, and God has truly blessed you, but they try to put a judgment against you
Yeah.
because of your pit, and don't let that happen to you. So I'm gonna encourage you. I'm gonna encourage you to just keep on running. And then when we come back, we're going to take a small break. But when we come back, we're going to talk about this palace experience, because I'm waiting on this one.
Yes.
Hey, join us again with Talk with the Sisters. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to Talk with the Sisters. I am Minister Sharon Lee.
I'm Minister Bridget Lee,
And we are the sisters. We are still talking with Jordan Smallwood and Shannon Mason. And now, Jordan, we want to ask you about your palace experience.
Okay.
Come on now.
Come on now.
Well, let's start off with, first of all, graduating from the University of Oklahoma.
Yes.
The old jacket, gotta represent this.
Yes.
She has the 49ers gear on, so you gotta represent college and the pros.
Yes.
It's been great. It's been awesome. Just winning a couple awards from my college career. Winning a couple of championships there too as well. Winning the Prentice Gout Award. Being
Tell us about that one.
This award right here is actually something that I didn't even recognize I was winning. For a Black African American student, I was just going to class and just doing my thing, and I didn't know everybody was voting for me to be nominated for that award. And so when I found out that I was nominated, I actually thought, okay, I guess that's a good accomplishment. But when I found out I won, it was actually crazy. So I told myself, God, that's you, because I don't, I'm just going to class, doing what my mom told me to do, and just stay out of trouble, And then the Talque Award was also a blessing. I think that was the biggest blessing because it's the highest award you can win at OU for a football player.
Okay.
And it's not like a Heisman, but it has value like a Heisman.
Right.
So it was a blessing, you know, just to have that opportunity to be voted on with the guys. You know, they voted for me and a couple other guys. So it was such a big blessing for me. I was in tears, and I told myself, like, God, you the one that did this, not me. And you know, life just went on. I trained for the NFL. Really got my pro day.
Wow.
Got a call, like I said, with the Chiefs. Had an opportunity to have a stepping stone with them. And it moved me forward with the 49ers. So I've been very happy, been very blessed, very excited. And I can't wait to see what 2019 brings.
Okay, so when will you begin your career with the 49ers?
So it was towards the end of the year, close to the end of the year. And I got a call to go play with them. And I think that call was the life-changing moment of my life. And when I got that call, I actually called my parents. And I told them, I said, hey, y'all ready to go to California? And they were just like, what are you talking about? And I told them, and they were like, you're just lying and stuff. You know, everybody was like, you lying. Like, my pops was tripping, and he was going nuts. And then everybody in my family and my sisters and my mom, she was crying. It was a great moment. You know, I took it all in, and I just told myself, all right, this is a new beginning, and I'm going to take this team and do whatever I can to help them win.
All right. So 49ers.
Yeah, well, there's a story behind that. When he was young, he used to watch Jerry Rice. You know, we taught him, watch the greatest. You know, we tell all the kids, watch, in your position, watch the greatest. And Jerry Rice was the greatest. And he would, I mean, Jordan would carry the football, sleep with the football. I mean, you could walk by him and you try to hit it out of his hand. He wouldn't drop it. I mean, he lived, breathed, eat football when he was young. So every time you look, he was somewhere watching Jerry Rice. So when he got the call, he was actually in Detroit because the Detroit Lions had just called him to try out.
Wow.
And he had got to Detroit, sat down, wasn't even in this room, 5 minutes, and 49ers called.
Wow.
So we're like, wait, what? The 49ers? The person that you've been watching
all your life
organization called you.
Wow.
And I think that was it was like, wow.
And then when he surreal.
Yes. And even when he got there, he said, man, Mom, I'm on the field where Jerry Rice played. The guy I watched all my life.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so you was in Detroit, and you wasn't there in their room but 5 minutes.
About 5-10 minutes, I can say. But at the same time, I still respected Detroit.
Yes.
And I told Detroit, you know, I'm still going to stay and do the tryout. And, you know, after they paid for my whole flights and everything, I wanted to still represent.
Exactly.
And so I did what I had to do there. You know, I really dominated and had an opportunity and met with some of the coaches, and they were really great people. And, you know, that's just the business of the game. You know, you never know where you're going to go.
Right.
So I just chose a team that I bet fit me and my skill sets and went on from there.
Okay.
That's awesome. That is like, that's your palace there.
That is your palace.
From a childhood to today. You can see that being your palace.
It's crazy, right?
Boy, don't forget me. You hear me?
I'm not going to forget.
Boy,
That's right. And then you know,
mama, wait, sister.
go ahead.
You better not even forget me.
Listen, I was telling my husband, and when you guys came in, I need everybody to know the three sisters. When I was in my beginning of my pit, I was going to it. Didn't even know I was going to it, but you guys held me down in prayer. Pushed when I needed to dance, when I didn't want to dance. He was like, get out there. And even when I was dancing and you knew I wasn't even dancing to my potential, and you pulled me to the side and you would yank me right on out there, and it was like, all right, Lord, I gotta go. But I didn't know I was headed. It's amazing because I was headed to the pit, and you guys were still guarding me on my way there. You gave me the strength when I was like getting ready to get down there. So I won't forget.
But you know what? That's God.
Yes.
One thing I would never do, I can only speak for Bridget.
I would never
touch the glory, baby.
That's right.
Because I'm only a vessel.
Yeah.
And I'll tell anybody,
Right.
I'm a vessel, but I got a big mouth.
Yeah.
And I love myself some Jesus.
Yes.
You do.
And I'm a
Yes, you
real
do.
sister.
Yes,
You
yes,
hear
yes,
me?
you
I'm
do.
a real sister.
You do.
Yes.
You know, I've been through the pit too.
Yeah.
But it ain't about Bridget. My pit was last month. I told about my pit last month, baby. So I'm sorry. I'm gonna get back to my etiquette. But I had my pit experience too. And somebody had to come and they had to say, come on
Yeah,
up out of
yeah.
this drug house.
Yes.
Come on up out of this thing you've been to. Baby, it's a long story, but we
Yes.
ain't gonna go there today. But I had my pit
Okay,
experience
yeah,
too.
yeah.
But I want to know
forget.
about your palace. Girl, I can't wait to hear about
So
your
the palace was, I was in Tulsa, in the pit, and God said Dallas. Well, let me rewind. Jordan came here for a combine, his in high school, sophomore year, and I remember driving down the highway, and I looked up and I saw the word Mainline. And I start seeing the names on the building, and I said, "Wow!" Not knowing God was going to bring me back to Dallas.
Right.
So fast forwarding, in the pit, I hear Dallas. I'm going, wait, what? You know, just coming out from a previous marriage, just coming out, going through a divorce. I had 4 kids at the time. I had, Jordan was in college. So I had my daughter and my 3 other boys, and Dallas. I don't know nobody here in Dallas. No, I didn't know nobody. I didn't have no family. Nothing. And so a spiritual mom had a spiritual daughter here, and so she was like, I'll introduce you to her. Make a long story short, they brought me here with just clothes. I didn't have no furniture, just clothes and an apartment. In that apartment, God took me to the palace.
what?
What you say?
That's when the clothing line came, because the kids have a clothing line. That's when the business stuff started coming. I mean, he just started talking, boop, 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 and I'm just writing. And from there on, it was just like, here. So
You
Dallas was my palace.
What you say? So you mean to tell me you got a clothing line?
The kids all have a sports clothing line.
What
Yes,
you
all
Look
5
at
of them.
God.
Okay, so we're gonna know. We're gonna have to talk to the kids too before we leave.
Yes.
Yeah, they all have
Okay.
a clothing line
So
that I
you know
started.
what? So our listening audience, tell us the name of their clothing line.
So Jordan's is Young King. We gave him Young King to represent who he is. Julian, which is the second oldest, is Core. The reason why it's Core is because he got a powerful story too. You have to get to the core of who you are to become great.
That's right.
Jaden is Emerge, because anything you do in life, you got to emerge. So hers is Emerge, and the twins is called Lockdown. So whatever you do in life, you got to lock it down. So our second oldest, Julian, actually gave us the name Evolve, because he said, Mom, everything we've been through, we had to learn how to evolve out.
What?
Look at God.
That's how we got evolved.
What?
So in other words, every one of you have had a Joseph experience.
Yes, ma'am.
So every one of you have been in the pit,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
yet God is now taking you guys to the palace.
Yes, ma'am.
How powerful is that?
Yes, ma'am.
And I want to say something about your quote that you have.
Okay.
And your quote says, learn to appreciate what you had to overcome, for it was just preparing you for what you're about to become. So in other words, what you're saying is that you learn to appreciate even the minor things in life. And so now you appreciate it, but you can take that learning experience into where God is taking you to now and teach someone else. Give them same principles,
Right.
where it is that they can come and do the same exact thing that you guys done.
It's a process.
It's a process.
So I had to learn to go through the process. That's when the book came out, even in the palace moment. I'm telling you, got to Dallas, and it was like, it's like God it's amazing how God will hide what he has for you because you're not ready. So in my moment in Tulsa, when I'm thinking it wasn't time, God's like, it's like a cabinet. Nope, I can't open this cabinet yet. You're not ready. Everybody connected to you ain't ready for this cabinet. When I got to Dallas, it was like God just opened the cabinet and all this stuff came out. And I'm like, oh, all that was in there? From the book to the business, to the clothing line, to you name it. It was just, he's
Sort
like,
of like a big Christmas present.
It was.
it was.
I want you to tell me what you see. Your palace. You in your palace. Tell me what you see.
Right now, I just see a kid that just worked hard. That kid that worked hard and sees everything that he can ever imagine, but also see more. For me, I know it's everything I've always wanted to be or do in my life, but at the same time, there's another level. There's always another level in life, wherever you do in life. And that other level for me, I mean, I want to be a Walter Payton Man of the Year.
That's what I'm talking. That's what I want you to
do
tell me.
things in the community. I want to help out other people, and I just want to give, give back. And I think it's always cool to be a football player, but I want to do stuff off the field as well.
right.
That's going to make
Yes.
a difference in
Yes.
life. And I think that's something that I'm really looking forward to doing. And me and my mom, we've been, just getting things done, planning things, camps, and getting everything organized. And that's the reason why, Young Kings is something for me, is because I want to just help other kids. Everybody is a prince, in the world. My mom always called me Young King, because that's a prince. Becoming a king. So I've always kept that on me. I got it tattooed on me. It's just something that I've always kept in my heart. So we just took that and ran off with it, and hopefully we want the whole world to know about it.
That is so awesome. So awesome.
What you see?
Ooh, I see mainline 5 being the main source that a lot of people are going to have to come through. It's because it is a kingdom pipeline. It has kingdom principles and understanding. It's a place of freedom. It's not a place of judgment. I see that God is going to take our story and show His glory of a not only a company but a family that understood Him as a king, and that desires, again, not to judge, because you can't, when you're in this place, you can't judge nobody.
Exactly.
Everybody has a story. It's a freedom, it's truly a freedom place, and so here it's like everyone's great. I always tell them everybody has greatness in them. The problem is we measure greatness to these big celebrities, but you're just as great.
Yes.
You got to find out where your greatness is,
Exactly.
whether it's a fireman, whether it's an astronaut, whether it's a police officer. Everybody has some sort of greatness in them, and we all need that greatness, whatever it is. And so I see that we'll be able to pull that even through what we're doing through Evolve. We're going to pull that out of a lot of people, and a lot of young people, and show greatness.
You know what I also see? I see you said a pipeline, but actually it's a main line. It's a lifeline.
Wow,
To
yeah.
help pull them up out of the gutter, and that's what it's all about. Once you almost arrive, you don't even have to wait until you almost there.
That's right.
You can start even in your pit experience.
That's right.
And say, hey, I done been through this. Let me grab hold to you.
That's
Let
right.
me help you up. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I've been where you have to be, where you are now, and I can show you a different route to go. And that's what it's all
That's what
about.
it's all about.
Tell me about the camp.
So the camp is something that we are trying to develop right now. I want to have this camp with me and a couple of the NFL players that I know, a couple of good friends of mine. And we want to have this camp in Oklahoma. We're going to have it in Tulsa, and then possibly Oklahoma City, and then Dallas as well. So we just wanted to give back. Something that, like we all talked about, is a lot of NFL players, they go and then once they leave, they're gone. But we want to give back and have the people around the community to come and see that, we are normal people. We care about everybody, we care about the kids and everything. So it's just a process, and we're going to start that coming up soon, and hopefully we can get it done before we all go back to our separate ways of playing football.
Okay, so when are you talking about having this camp?
I was talking about having this camp in the beginning of April.
I want to take you back. I want to know, what is your website where people can get in contact with you, and if they want to join the the league or whatever that you're
camp?
doing.
Yes.
Give us that website. Give us a phone number or something where we can put it on our website, talkwiththesisters.org, 3sisters.org, I think it is.
Talk3sisters.org.
Yes. Okay. So we can put it on there, and we'll filter it over to you guys if that's okay with you.
The website is evolvesports365.com. The Facebook is Evolve Sports 365. And the phone number to contact us is 918-861-6379.
We are so looking forward
Yes.
to what you guys are going to be doing. But anyway, we're going to be coming back. We want you to stay tuned. This story is not ended yet because we got a lot more that can be told about this palace experience.
Yeah.
All right, join us again with Talk with the Sisters.
This episode of Talk with the Sisters was brought to you by Anointed and Obedient Vessels of God Ministry. Video production services was provided by Excel Video Productions out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma.